So hello, in this exercise we're going to create some SQL tuning sets and test them with the SQL Tuning Advisor. So the first thing I do is I logged into my server. The next thing I want to do is log into the system. I'm going to create a table. Create table, OCM table, add select star from select row num row DBA extents E. Okay, table is created. Let's just how big it is. Start from OCM table. Sorry, select count star from OCM table. Okay, there's 9,000 rows. It is not indexed, so on purpose. So let's do this. Let's say select star from OCM table where row underscore num is equal to 1005. Okay, so let's do that. Actually, let's do this. Select. Let's make it unique. OCM star from OCM table where row sorry underscore num is equal to 1005. Let's run it a few times. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and open it up in this window. I want to go here. And we're going to create a tuning set. And there's two ways you can create a tuning set. You go to performance first. When it comes up, you can do the first thing you can do is you can search SQL, search SQL, find the SQL, and then add it to a tuning set. Or you can go directly to tuning sets and create tuning sets. And I'm going to do both just for my completeness. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to search SQL. And I want SQL where it's like OCM. So I put that in a comment, so we'll see that in the SQL text. So let me scroll down some more. And we see it in a number of places here. So here's one. Here's where it's 1005, and it's of the, but it's not what I was looking for. So let's see. Here, this is the query I was looking for, but we can go ahead and add it to a tuning set, or save this to a tuning set. So it's called tuning set 1. We'll say save. Save to a new tuning set. So let's put to a new tuning set rather. Tuning set 1. Tuning set 1. Okay, so as I said, that's one way of doing it, but we can go back to the instance and performance and go directly to tuning sets. There'll be a tuning set 1 there, but we can go ahead and create a new one. It's called tuning set 2. Tuning set 2, and we'll say next. We'll take it directly from the cursor cache, say next, and we want percent OCM percent. So we'll say next, and we'll say immediately. The first thing I want you to see is when I hit submit, this is doing this one in the background. The previous way I did it was in the foreground, but this one's going to be doing it in the background. And at first it finds no SQL there. But if we hit refresh, eventually it will find SQL, and sure enough it does. Okay, so we found two tuning sets, one of which I spelled a little differently. Let's go ahead and use tuning set 1 for fun. And actually I'm going to go ahead and use tuning set 2. And let's edit it and pick out the one query I really wanted. And I don't think it was any in here. Next. Back. Here it is. Here's the one I wanted. So I'm going to say select all and unselect this one and say delete. Say yes. And then this page, let's go ahead and select all here and unselect this one and say delete. Say yes. So now we just have this one particular query in our tuning set. At this point, we can choose to do. Let's go ahead and get out of it. Actually, let's go back to tuning sets. So we're working with tuning set 2. We can choose to use a SQL tuning set or a SQL Access Advisor. And there's a difference between the two. A SQL Access Advisor will help us with building indexes, partitions, and materialized view. But a SQL Tuning Advisor will help us with a number of things like profile, stats, indexes, and restructured SQL. This is probably more applicable to what I want to do here. This is a simple case of a missing index. So let's go ahead and do the SQL Tuning Advisor on Tuning Set 2. So let's go ahead and run it. And so it gives us some, so it says create some optimizer statistics and can be improved by creating an index, so on row number. So actually, let's go ahead and we can do that here. Interesting. Let's go ahead and do that. And actually, let's go ahead and do this to implement. So let's say select index name from user indexes where table name is equal to OCM table. And look, it created an index for us. Let's go ahead and gather the stats again because I did the statistics before the index and then and I should have really done it the other way around. So let's do this exec dbms stats dot gather table stats dot gather table stats. We want this table's owned by system. It's called OCM table, and we want to do cascade is true, and it's done. So now let's do an explain plan on this particular query again. So let's do select star. Oh, hold on. Let's do explain plan for select star from OCM table where row underscore num is equal to 1005. And now let's do select star from DBA from table dbms xplan.display, and sure enough, it uses an index now. And that's all for this particular exercise.